What is up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you how to complete one of the most basic repairs on your everyday vehicle, a simple oil change. This will consist of draining your old oil out, adding a new oil filter, and adding some more oil in to keep your car fresh and ready for the road. Let's get right into it. Start your engines. What we have here is a 1995 Chevy S10 that is due for an oil change. Let's get right into it. Make sure to clear your work area of any clutter for fewer distractions. Remove the key from the ignition, and in an automatic, put the car into park. For a manual, put the car into gear and gently apply the parking brake. Pull on the hood latch, which is usually located near your driver's side left foot. Moving around to the front of the car, remove the safety latch that is attached to the frame of the car. Pulling the tab either up or to the side will release the hood. Slowly lift the hood and latch the hood support onto the inside of the hood. Next, slide underneath the car, making sure you have enough clearance and a safe working surface, and find the oil pan. You can identify the pan near the front part of the engine, usually sticking down as one of the lowest parts of the engine. It is also identified by the bolt that has been tapped into the bottom of the oil pan. You need to remove this bolt to drain all of the old oil out. Use your adjustable wrench or your wrench of choice and slowly break the bolt. This is where the spare tire comes in. As you probably already noticed, the spare tire and the regular tire are completely different in size and shape. They shape the spare tire like that just to get you to your destination. These tires are not supposed to last more than 50 miles and can cause serious damage to your transmission if you regularly use a spare tire. Get your blown tire replaced as soon as possible to avoid any further damage. Next, we need to locate the oil filter. The oil filter can be identified as a long cylindrical object about the size of a baseball. It can come in any form or color, but in this case, mine is white. From my experience, these oil filters can be anywhere on the engine, so it might take some searching and prying to locate them. Most likely, they are in a very accessible spot as they have to be replaced with every oil change. Once you find it, break it loose by turning the filter to the left. This can prove to be a struggle sometimes, as constant use sometimes sticks them to the engine. In my case, mine was really stuck, so I had to use some oil filter wrenches and oil filter clamps to release mine. Once it is broken free, make sure that you have your drain pan from before underneath the oil filter. As it releases, a little bit of excess oil should excrete from the filter, but not a ton. Toss out your old filter once it is removed. Next, grab your new oil filter and remove it from the box. It should be similar to the one you took off of the car, but sometimes they have slight size differences. Once you have the oil filter in your hand, grab some of the new oil you are going to be putting in your engine. Dip the tip of your finger into the oil and slowly paint the rubber seal on top of the oil filter with that new oil. This helps the next person who does an oil change, as it prevents the rubber from sealing itself to the metal. Next, thread your new oil filter back on and tighten it down just hand tight. No tools are needed, just as tight as you can go with your hands will work. Coming back up to the top of the engine, remove your oil cap. If you are unsure of which cap that is, it should say engine oil on the top and should have a code that reads something like this: number W/number. This tells you what oil your car requires and what oil to pick up from your local auto parts store. Add the amount of oil that your owner manual recommends, or you can look it up online. Replace the oil cap, and now we're going to move on to the dipstick. In most cases, the dipstick looks something like this. It is a long strip of metal with a ring on one end and hash marks on the other. These hash marks tell you how much oil is in your car and if you need to add or remove some oil. Generally, you should fill your oil to the top half of the hash, so you know that if you lose some oil, it will not ruin your engine. Replace the dipstick once you are comfortable with the level and close the hood. Give the hood a nice push and you will hear a click sound once it is secure. And that is how you complete a basic oil change on your everyday vehicle. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this tutorial helped you a lot, and see y'all on the road.